毎度あり。
Lighter slowly gets morale over time. And he gets morale when any team members uses their energy. The more energy used, the more morale he gets. When you have enough morale, Lighter can trigger the morale burst state when using his 5th basic attack. In the morale burst state, Lighter consumes morale while increasing his impact and damage, while reducing the enemy's fire and ice resistance. The amount of impact he gets scales with his passives level. At max, he gets 2% increased impact for every 10 morale he consumes, up to 20%, and lasts for 6 seconds. If you get enough morale while Lighter is not on the field, switching into him will immediately trigger his quick assist. Then after triggering his quick assist, he can immediately use his 5th basic attack. You can also use Lighter's X special attack after a dodge to immediately follow up with his 5th basic attack. While Lighter is in his morale burst state, the last hit of Lighter's 5th basic attack will also apply collapse on the enemy's hit, extending their stun duration by 3 seconds. Lighter will also exit the morale burst state after the last hit and keeps any leftover morale. In addition to that, if Lighter is in a team with another Sons of Kaladin or an attack-type character, he will also apply a stack of Elation when hitting enemies in his morale burst state. Each stack of Elation increases fire and ice damage for the whole team. This buff can stack up to 20 times, and the duration will reset every time Lighter's enhanced 5th basic attack hit an enemy and when other agents do a chain attack. For every 10 impact he has above 170, it will increase the amount of buff each stack of Elation gives, making impact more important than ever. The buff that Elation gives is capped at 75% damage increase. You start off with a 1.25% base increase for each stack, and that amount is increased by 0.25% for every 10 impact Lighter has above 170. That means getting 270 impact on Lighter will be your goal, as each stack of Elation will then give 3.75% damage increase, and it will be a 75% damage increase at max stacks. As expected, his signature W engine, Blazing Laurel, will be his best in slot. This gives impact on its substat and passive. With this, Lighter can also stack Wilt, which gives crit damage to ice and fire damage, which is really strong on top of the buffs he already gives. But still, there are a few other alternatives you can use. Ice Jade Teapot is really good on Lighter, and it's probably his second best option. You can also use the Restrained to do more days on the enemy with your basic attacks. Since Lighter will be using his basic attack a lot, there's no reason to not use this if you don't have the first 2 best ones. For a more free-to-play option, you can use either Fossilized Core or Steam Oven. Both of them are available in the Gadget Store. Fossilized Core gives you impact on its substat, while Steam Oven gives stacking impact on its passive. Steam Oven overall will give you more impact at max stack, while Fossilized Core will help you stun higher health enemies faster. So in my opinion, Steam Oven will be better between these two. Since Lighter's buff gets stronger with the more impact he has, the impact stat itself is better than the increased days towards enemies. Lastly, if you're just starting the game, or doesn't have any stun W engine, you should use the Vortex Arrow as it is the best B rank W engine for stunners. Four-piece Shockstar Disco is a must for a stunner like Lighter. You can pair this with the 2-piece Inferno Metal or 2-piece Woodpecker Electro to give Lighter a bit more damage on top. Honestly, I wish there was another 2-piece Drive Discs that gives impact, but for now we'll use what's available. For Disc 6, you need impact on the main stat, as again, impact is very important for Lighter. Then for Disc 5, you should have fire damage bonus, or attack to add more damage, and for disc 4, you should look for either crit rate or crit damage. To get Lighter's full potential, you need to pair him with either another Sons of Kaladin or any attack-type character. With that said, he's also a really strong buffer for fire and ice DPS, since his passive both reduces fire and ice resistance, and increases fire and ice damage. This means Lighter is perfect for agents like Ellen Jo, Soldier 11, and even Burnus. Lighter can easily replace Lycaon in a team with Ellen Jo, meaning the best team will be something with Ellen Jo, Lighter, and Sukaku. Soldier 11 has been struggling to find a stunner since the release of the game, with only Kolida as her option, but now you can use Lighter as a stunner for Soldier 11 instead. Then you can put a support like Lucy or Caesar in the third slot. Bernice is a bit more interesting. Since she's an anomaly DPS, she doesn't necessarily need a stunner, but the buff from Lighter will have a really high value in increasing her damage. Along with that, a stunner will be useful in certain situations, like when going against annoyingly agile enemies, or enemies that are really tanky when they're not stunned. Lighter is an interesting addition to this game. He's a really strong stunner with what his kit has to offer. He easily power creeps both of the standard banner stunners, Lycaon and Kolida. While not being as flexible as Qingyi could, he's definitely stronger than Qingyi in the right team composition. If you do have either Ellen Jo or Soldier 11 as your main, then definitely consider pulling for this guy.